All right. Well, first of all, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We have so many time zones present here. Well, guys, it's great to have you here. We are actually quite excited because we are having the opportunity to launch an initiative that has been there waiting for us for a while, and is the GCLOG Alumni Association. But first, I really wanted to say hi to each and every one of you because it's great to see you all. As you know, I always claim that this is a big family. And well, the first thing that I want to tell you is welcome back to the spirit of the MIT. This time we don't have key learnings for you. That's we're sorry to tell you that, but in case that you want something like that, we can prepare a quiz, right, Dave? Just to make them remember the spirit of the GCLOG program. Well, let's go quickly through this. We want to be effective with the time. I'm not the star today. I want to pass the word to my colleagues, the GCLOG Alumni Association team, in a moment. But first, I want to let you know, like, what is the outline that is expecting on our side. So first, we're going to proceed with the brief introductions by the team. Then we're going to tell you some information regarding the upgrades and the changes that have happened in the GCLOG program and also in the MIT CTL and Scale a Global community. Then I'm going to pass the word to my colleagues from the GCLOG Alumni Association. Then we want to hear from you. Okay, we want this session to be more interactive, so we want to listen from you. There are many ways to participate. You can write your comments in the chat. You can raise your hand, as typical. You know, you can find it in the emojis, and there is an icon that says "raise your hand." Or we're a small crowd. You can actually also open your mic if it's possible, and then express yourselves. We want to hear from you, okay? And then at the end, we're gonna leave some next steps and some actionable items, okay? But it's great to see you all. By the way, I didn't introduce myself, but I'm Chris Mejia. I'm the director of this beautiful program, and I have had the opportunity to lead the program already for 10 years. I graduated the first class of my first class was 2018. So it's great to see you all here. And well, I'm originally from Mexico, and it's a pleasure to be here. So now I would like to pass the word to my colleague Joy Dorian, who is our program specialist, is the program administrator of the program. So Joy, please go ahead, introduce yourself. Many of these students, alumni, haven't had the opportunity to meet you. So please go ahead, my friend.
Alrighty. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I think only about 60-ish of you should know who I am. For the rest of you, I have not had the pleasure of working with you yet. As Chris had mentioned, I am working with him and David as the program director, program manager for GCLOG and the affiliated scale programs. I'm originally from California, but my family's from Mexico and Guatemala, so always felt welcome with the Latin vibe. We're very excited for the Alumni Association to finally get off the ground. I know this is something that Chris has been dreaming of ever since he took over and we relocated back to MIT. So please make sure you thank your class reps, thank anyone that is affiliated with the program. This was a group effort and we're very excited to see where it goes. So pleasure to meet you guys.
Thank you very much, Joy. And Joy, for everyone who was, like in the early stages of the GCLOG program, Joy is Mark's successor, Mark's Colbin's successor. Probably you remember Mark, so he's his successor. And we still have Aaron Gazarians, that many of you met. It's just that he was not able to make it for today's meeting because he's on vacation. Okay, so now let's bridge, like the connection between the GCLOG team, that is Joy, myself, and David Hidalgo, and the rest of the GCLOG Alumni Association, because David is in both teams, the GCLOG team and also the GCLOG Alumni Association team. So, David, many of these colleagues already met you or have actually taken classes with you, but for the ones who don't know that still meet you, please go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi,
Oh,
David.
you're on mute. Here we go.
Thank you, everyone. Hey, Carlos. Hey, everyone. I'm so sorry. I think I having a little bit of connectivity issues, but hopefully it will go fine. So I am a GSlogger from 2016. And since then, basically since 14, 15, I have been involved with the program. And since then, I have not been able to escape. Lucky you guys who did it. Me, I'm still here, trapped, but I'm happy to continue working with the team. And yeah, I'm currently living in Spain. I still fly back to the US every July and sometimes in January, and still involved in GCLOG. I now a postdoc researcher involved in transportation, of course, and railroads, which is a very different world for the usual logistics that we do, and continue working on sustainability and circular economy. Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, Dave. It's great to have you in both teams. I appreciate, like all your contributions all over these years. So you are actually older than me in the program. So this is great. All your experience is also super welcome. So now let's start, passing the word to the rest of the GCLOG Alumni Association team. Let's start with Agatha, then we move to Alessandro and then to Victor. So Agatha, please take it over.
Thank you, Chris. So welcome everybody. It's very nice to see so many people here. I think our program is very strong and it's something that still joins and draws people together. And that's actually the idea that we have today. So my name is Agatha da Silva. I'm from Brazil, but I live in Bolivia for many years now. So I'm on both sides. I'm an industrial engineer. I'm class of 2019. Was the first full cohort that Chris had actually. Now I work at the Universidad Privada Boliviana in Bolivia. I'm a lecturer here in logistics research, and I do research here. I work with the MIT Scale Network in researching education for engineering, but also on last mile logistics and food supply chains. Yeah, I think that summarizes it. So thank you, welcome everybody, and it's very nice to see you all.
Thank you very much, Agata. So let's move to Alessandro. Go ahead. And by the way, they are not cousins. They are actually surnamed Silva, but they are not cousins, unfortunately.
Yeah, the three of
We're
us.
cousins by heart.
That's right. That's right. So, hi everyone. First of all, I'd like to say that I'm really happy to be here for this important occasion for all GCLOGers. My name is Alessandro Silva, as my colleagues here, and I'm from the GCLOG class of 2019. I'm based here in São Paulo, and I'm currently working at FIA Business School. Was really looking forward to the launch of the GCLOG Alumni Association. I believe it's really a fantastic way to strengthen the GCLOG network. And of course, that's a way to foster new connections among us. So I'm really happy to be here. So thank you all for being here as well.
All right. Thank you, Alessandro. So let's go to the last but not least, Silva on this side. Here we go.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me well. I'm Victor Silva. I'm from Chile. I'm right now studying my PhD, and in my last year, and I'm conducting a visiting passenger mail lab with Christopher in the MIT. I'm part of the Alumni Association of the VP of Outreach. So you might be hearing from me news soon. So really happy to meet you all. Really happy to be part of this process. And I'm from the generation of 2024. So I believe I'm like representative of the youngest generations, I will say, from the program. So happy to be here and happy that you enjoy this launch.
All right. Well, thank you very much, team. And by the way, we will keep expanding the team as we move on. We decided to create this core talented, perspective and group just to make sure to kick it off. Because as mentioned by Joy, the GCLOG Alumni Association has been on our thoughts for a while. And actually, a great contributor that is part of our Oracle or steering committee is Isabel Agudelo, who is the creator of the program, together with Edgar Blanco, and also with Dominic Gomez, who belongs to the pandemic class, the class of 2020-2021, because it was actually her vision, the one that put us together under this initiative. So let's keep this moving. So I want to give you brief updates, actually a couple of them. One regarding what have been the movements at CTL, because I think that is important for you to know what has happened at CTL. And the last one, that is probably the most important one, the changes that we have implemented in the GCLOG program to make it more robust and more impactful. Okay. So first of all, good and bad news. Good news is our dear Matthias Winkenbach who used to be the director of the so-called Megacity Logistics Lab, is now also the director of research. And the laboratories that he used to lead as the Megacity Logistics Lab, it changed its name to the Intelligent Logistics Systems Lab, as you can see here in the slide. And he's also the director of the CAVE Lab, the Computerized Analytics Visual Education Lab that many of you have the opportunity to visit. Okay. And if you haven't had it yet, well, we're going to announce some interesting things. Maybe you can come over again to MIT and we are going to be able to, facilitate this visit when you visit us. On the sad news, unfortunately, our dear Jim Rice, who served as the deputy director of CTL for 31 years, already got retired, but only from the deputy director position. He's still teaching. He's still a lecturer for the SCM program and for the GCLOG program. Okay, so probably you will see him around whenever you visit us. I'm going to make sure to introduce him or reintroduce him to you as well. He might be super happy to see you. Last but not least, our dear Josue Velasquez, who used to be the director of a few of you, already left CTL. He decided to move back to Mexico, to Monterrey Tech. And I wanted to give you also this news, but we want to also appreciate all his contributions during his years working for the Scale Latin American Network and as the director of the program for a couple of years. Okay, so moving on, because we have a very tight agenda. So what have been the changes that we have implemented in the MIT GCLOG program? Many of these changes, by the way, particularly the youngest generations, probably the last 2 or 3, already saw these changes happening. But for most of you that graduated probably before 2022, many of these changes will be unfamiliar to you. But I do believe that together with the amazing team that I have, the changes have improved the experience for everyone. So these are the 4 changes. First, we decided to open the program not only for Latin Americans and Caribbeans, we decided to open it to professionals from emerging market economies. Because at some point we realized that the challenges that we have regarding poor policy making, scarce infrastructure, fragmented operations, informality, and many, many others prevail everywhere. But something that put us together is how to solve these challenges. So that's why we decided to open it. We still keep, the essence of Latin America and the Caribbean, but now we have had, students from Africa. Actually, I think that Joseph Edmond is somewhere here. I saw him here. We have had from Indonesia, from the Middle East, from many different countries. India, China. I see Chan there, for instance. And we will keep, expanding this from Bangladesh, from Pakistan. I see Sabir, I see Asif, Nias, Ahmed somewhere there. So, and it has been terrific because now it's not only the Latin American community sharing their challenges. Now we can learn from what others are doing. So this has been a very interesting upgrade. Secondly, we are also bringing higher level executives. So something that we are envisioning now is to make sure to have at least a few C-levels as part of the corresponding classes to improve this perspective and enrich the discussion in the classes, and how you can actually connect to each other and sometimes even have the opportunity to be offered a job after you finish the program, It has already happening in the last few years, by the way. So the second big change is the capstone project, especially for the first few years. It used to be just a poster, right? So, and in some cases, there was no manuscript, just the poster and the executive summary. Probably you remember, right? Class of 2018 and before. So, well, now we have implemented the request of manuscripts, okay? That afterwards we can transform into papers or into notes for magazines. And this has worked pretty well, The third one is we now link most of the capstone projects to industry problems from emerging market economies, not only from Latin America and the Caribbean. But this is very important. And the reason why I'm telling you all of this is not to actually brag off about this, it's not to show off. It's because this is also an invitation in case that you have specific problems that you would like to connect with us, and probably we can solve them. You can be, former GCLOGers or GCLOG alumni connecting your problems from your company to current students from the GCLOG program. And that's the invitation, because we really want to make sure that whatever is developed as part of the capstone project in these 4.5 months is connected to solving a problem that is in need in emerging market economies by industry, by the government, or by any kind of NGO, non-governmental organization. Okay, and the last improvement that we have done to the program is the program used to be heavily focused on bringing academics to teach you, right? Not only from MIT CTL, but also from other parts of the world. Now I have actually diversified this a little bit more together with the team, and now we are inviting also C-level practitioners to give classes. This is in order to connect the spirit of what is happening in the reality versus what is the state of the art. So now the students are receiving the state of the art and the state of the practice at the same time. And the connection is very, very good, you know. And given that now we have opened it to the rest of the emerging market economies, we invite from time to time people coming from other countries, other regions as well. You know, we have had people from India, we have had people from Africa also teaching in the program, and we will keep having more of those. Okay, so those are the changes. I'm gonna now pass the word to my colleagues from the GCLOG Alumni Association for them to introduce you to the amazing idea that they have. And this is very exciting because this is a way for us to connect with you and make this community live again. Because we believe that the next chapter that now you are living as alumni is actually something very unique, but we want to make sure that you keep active together with us. So anyway, so I'm going to pass the word to David, Agatha, Alessandro, and Victor for them to follow up on this. So who's going to take it over? Dave, is it you?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my friend.
All right. Thank you, Chris. So as Chris was mentioning, the idea has been a while since the last time we have spoke to each other in a more like formal setting. And after you graduate, you usually like, if you are lucky enough, you get in touch with your classmates via WhatsApp, via Facebook, via LinkedIn, or you receive some updates from the network through Chris. But we wanted to have a more active idea on an association that right now, I don't know if you have heard about it, but the GCLOG and the alumni from GCLOG have been recognized as part of the alumni at MIT, which is an excellent news. So now we are all able to get our MIT Infinite Connection like account. So first, good news. And second, linked to this, we wanted to move forward and become a recognized association within MIT, and also like have an impact not only in the region, but try to make it broader. And as Chris was mentioning, the GCLOG has expanded from being only at the beginning being tailored to Latin America and the Caribbean regions to now all the emerging market initiatives, and now is expanding a little bit further to all professionals interested into doing business with Latin America, the Caribbean, and emerging markets alone. So that's why we're trying to do this. We have been talking about this for quite a while, and that as we are going to mention this, it's not that we know what is the right way to do it. We're just the starters, right? We're the first one to take the walk, and we're inviting you all to join us, help us, bring your suggestions in. We're going to be having a lot of brief introduction, but Chris, go to the next one, please. Before we move forward, we need to understand our history, right? A little bit of our history. So here are the four directors of the GCLOG. I don't know, like each of you has entered under one, or maybe a transition, or maybe only you have got to know only one of them. I don't know if to say lucky for me, I have know them all. I've been working with directly with three of them, indirectly with another one. So I guess I'm part of like the history of the GCLOG. And also GCLOG has evolved not only in the people that has bring a new kind of mindset and the new needs worldwide for the logistics and supply chain management professionals, but also we have changed image, and we want to continue changing the image of the program, renewing it, and that's why we're we're thinking about this. So Chris, go to the next one. So therefore, this is why we are here. Basically, is why we want to know how can we keep in touch, because after graduation is a huge disconnection. And now I would say that the younger one that is with us in here, Victor, can tell us, like, he is a fresh graduate. I am an old graduate, and he can tell us a little bit of what happens after graduation. Vic.
So after graduation, first kind of like what we identify, it was we are having informal connections. That's kind of like the base problem for us, that some people is still in touch, but not through like a formal established way to do it. So most of connections get lost in the process. We have a limited structured collaboration, so there is no well-built bridges among us. So like we cannot actually collaborate in a good way, like as a community. There's knowledge dispersion. So as you can understand, we are academics, kind of we are academic, kind of driven group of people, and we will like also to be able for the people to keep learning as the time goes past. And the region has so much potential on the logistic sense that we believe that if us as a community of 470 alumni, we could have a huge impact in in these problems, I will say, or in the region. We can get the actual potential out. So I will say that maybe next slide. So right now, the Alumni Association kind of why it will answer these problems, I will say. So first, we have the knowledge continuity. We are trying to figure out ways to develop webinars and mentorships, research opportunities, executive updates, and lifelong learning to answer this knowledge dispersion that we are seeing. And we're trying to build an ecosystem that evolves in this sense in the future. So new people that is studying can bring up all that new knowledge to the practitioners, and we can bring problems from practitioners to actual people from the academia to explore. Then we have the regional collaboration in the professional development. As a community, we've seen that some potential from new candidates can be allocated in a better way if we as alumni build up this environment of kind of understanding which roles will be better to have for which alumni exactly, and future research collaboration as well, and in the and with the industry roundtables to kind of bring up these problems from the industry, as Christopher said, not only for the ML lab, but also for the community itself. And then we think that we also will have an impact on the industry and the policy making with the decision makers. We can build like really good information for them to make decisions based on data-driven strategies. And I will say that that's some potential that we are not figuring out yet. For 480, yes. Next one, please. So right now I will let our kind of director take lead. So Agatha, would you please, the president of the association, say the vision?
Thank you. So thank you, Dave, thank you, Victor, thank you, Chris. So as Victor summarized, the idea is that we reconnect, and we know that a lot of us have launched or have take different paths after the GCLOG program. For many of us was a changing point in our professional lives. So our vision, the vision that we are planting as first board, is to cultivate a global network of supply chain logistics professional to become the leaders, change agents in our regions, and make meaningful contributions to society, leading to purpose, innovation, and positive impact. Like Victor said, what we think is that we can collaborate and we can generate stronger networks because we are working in the same topic. We all work in logistics, in academia, or in the industry, and we can generate mechanisms so we can collaborate and we can generate the projects. And the idea is that we can centralize that and not just graduate and leave the community. So Chris, if we can go to the next slide. So the current structure, what we're looking here is, well, the thing that you can see here. I will be acting as a president for these first years. So the idea is that we start growing and generating initiatives so we can engage you as members, engage the new members that are coming in further years. And then we're gonna have Victor Silva as VP of Outreach. We're gonna have David Algo, of course, as VP of Alumni. And we have Alessandro Silva as VP of Public Relationships. This is gonna be the core team, the team that we're starting to build things and starting to disseminate the idea. And hopefully in the future, we're gonna have you guys as part of this committee. Chris, if you can please change. So this is what we are looking for. This is the aim, the goal in a few years, maybe sooner. So we need a vice president. We want to have a treasurer person in charge, so it can generate some benefits for the association, but also for the alumni. We're gonna have the alumni chair per region, because like Chris say, we are opening to other regions, emerging regions, and the idea is that we can centralize initiatives and even regional initiatives in each one of these regions. We're gonna have the events planning and management chair, and the idea is that we can generate not only virtual activities, but also we can generate physical activities per country, per region, so we can meet, we can gather up, we can generate roundtables, discussion panels, we can work on industry or academic problems, and you can update our knowledge that we have gained during the project and that you have during your professional lives. So we're gonna have as well a marketing and communication chair. The idea is that we can disseminate our initiative as much as we can. Right now we're doing in a very shy way, and actually I'm very glad and I'm very surprised to see that we have over 100 people here. So it seems it shows how strong this network is. So the idea is that we can disseminate to all the 400 plus alumni that we have currently in the network. We're gonna have the membership chair. At this moment, we are not working with memberships, but at some point we want to, so we can generate some resources and provide some extra services or extra benefits for you as members. And then we're gonna have the professional development chair, sorry. And the idea here in this share is going to be very important to connect you. So we're going to have mentorship programs, we're going to have career service. We know that in all the groups that we have, we try to disseminate information of job opportunities, and sometimes Chris send it to us. So the idea is that we can do that with a full process, a methodology that is open to everyone, and everybody has access to it. We have the continuing education coordinator, because we know that if we are here, it's because we love to learn and we want to keep learning. So the idea is that we can generate spaces so we can do that. And we have the entrepreneurship coordinator that also is going to help us with the alumni that wants to work on the entrepreneurship side. I cannot pronounce the word well. And we're going to have the corporate partnership chair. Then the idea is that, as Victor as well mentioned, that we can work with industry issues, we can work even with the problems that you can have in your workspace, that you think that you might need some hands on some extra heads, to bring solutions. Here we have brilliant heads. So we have brilliant people that can actually work together and find solutions. And the idea is that we can centralize that and can work together to find those solutions. So this is a structure that we went for a mid to long term. And the idea is that, of course, if you are interested, you can reach out to us, you can join us, and we can always collaborate to grow this network. Thank you, Chris. Please, the next one.
Yeah, and just let me emphasize that, Agatha. So any one of you can postulate or nominate yourselves. Just write an email at gclog@mit.edu. You know that email quite well. So just do it, and we will be more than happy, like together with the Alumni Association committee to discuss your interest. Go ahead, Agatha.
Okay, so thank you, Chris. So what we're thinking to migrate from the first structure to the second one is that on this year, we're thinking about generating some virtual. We have this first session, the launch session, but we want to have other virtual spaces so we can connect, we can present. And the idea is that the speakers are going to be you. So we want you to share with us your experience, your knowledge, the research that you're doing, the implementation of tools that you're developing at your workplace. So what we want to see is how you are growing and to feed with your knowledge with the network. So we want to have some webinars. We want to have a directory, alumni directory. And the idea is that we can update your information because sometimes it's very hard even for the first cohorts. We need to have your updated information so we can reach out to you and can reach out to us. And we have a LinkedIn community, not only LinkedIn, but also a YouTube channel where we're going to share all the activities that we have, including this one. This is going to be the first one. In medium term, from year 2 and 3, what we want to have is some regional meetings. Actually, we can take advantage of some spaces like the conferences that Chris usually has on the CTL. So the idea is that we can have some gatherings there and you can see your friends. And of course, we can have some spaces to work and to update. Then you want to work with industry white papers, like Chris said, what he's trying to do with the GCLOG program is that we can disseminate all the knowledge that we're generating during the program. So the idea is that we can still continue on doing that from the new cohorts, but also if you have graduated a few years ago, you can still work on initiatives for white papers for the industry, for your own case studies, or maybe work with case studies that are proposed on the program. We're going to have some discussion forums, policy discussion forums, like Victor mentioned. We have a third pillar that we want to work on, that is policy making, and something that is getting very strong on the, actually even on the lab that Chris is directing right now, the ML. So what we want to do is also work on initiatives on that side, and of course the mentorship program, because we know that sometimes we need to connect with people with more experience in order to grow, and that's going to be another initiative. And from the long term, actually, we're going to open then the session so you can talk to us and say what else you think is needed, because of course these are the first ideas that we're going to be growing and working with, but we want to hear from you because we want to work this network and build this network for you and for what you think that you can find in it. So this is our first ideas, our first thought, and where we are directing the network at this moment. Chris, if we can please change so I'm gonna pass the word to Alessandro Silva. He's gonna help us with the last part of the presentation.
Okay, thank you, President, for that. So when we started our GCLOG program, one keyword that was really present all the time was impact. So everything we're talking here is about impact, but impacting in several different dimensions. We have an impact in our professional careers. We have an impact that we can have in our region as well, something that we talked a lot during our period during the course. So consider the professional impact. We want to, as I said in the beginning, to strengthen our connections. I'm really happy to read here the chat, because I see that we've already started having new connections here. But what we're going to do, we're going to organize that so we can have this connection with the almost 500 GC loggers. So we have a huge opportunity here to connect with friends from our countries, from our region, and now even from other parts of the world, because our program is increasing. So this is really important for our career development, and also for opportunities, not just in our countries, but in other countries as well. I was reading here some people who are, for example, at this moment, to work in different countries. So that's what the kind of opportunity that GCLOG could provide us. So we're going to increase those opportunities with our community here. So this is regarding the professional impact, but we also need to have a regional impact. We have to discuss and to study logistics practices that we can apply to our region in order to improve the region, to improve our results. So we have to have studies in order to influence the policy makers in our countries, and also to increase the competitiveness. That's something that's really important for our region as a whole. So if you take a look at the next slide, we're not able to do that alone. So we need you to do that. So as said before, we're just the ones who are starting that, but we're not going to do that alone. I've seen here many people who are already interested in contributing to that. You see that you have many different ideas, things that want to implement this year, in next year, in the following years. And we're going to achieve that all with the help of everyone who's here and who's going to be listen to that as well later. So I invite you to be the founding members of our community, of our association. And I want to listen from you what you expect from our association, what kind of things we can do in order to achieve those impacts that I've talked in the previous slide. So what role should GCLOG alumni play in shaping regional supply chains? So that's really important for us here. And if you see the next slide, please. And one thing that's also important for us is to understand what impact GCLOG had for you so far. So I've seen that many of you have already answered our questions here, but I invite you all to be part of that, because that's a way to understand what GCLOG has made for you so far, and what else we can do for you in the future. So this is a time to call for action. Agda said before that we would open the floor for you to share with us your comments, your ideas, what you expect from us, and what could you do in the future to have a strong GCLOG Alumni Association. So thank you, Chris. Give you the word back.
Thank you very much, Alessandro. So guys, this is what we have been coining for you. And by the way, I'm going to return to the previous slide just in case that you were not able to scan the QR code. Please do it, because your voice and everything that you want to contribute is super welcome. We created this alumni association as you listen from the current committee, just to make sure that we engage with each other. We want to make sure that you keep active. And there are so many amazing things that have put us together when you were a student. And we want to keep that spirit moving on now that you are an alum. Okay. So, well, it's time for you to, like open your mic and actually share your opinion. So I don't know if somebody would like to, like speak, express yourselves about it. First of all, like, what do you think about this initiative? Any ideas that you have are welcome. What resonates on you? What would you propose? Anyone? Because now is the time for you to speak. Not everyone at once, please.
Hello, Chris. How are
Hey,
you?
Wilder. Go ahead, Will.
Hi. It's been some time since we spoke last time. Thank you very much for this initiative. To mention that I think it's a great idea to do this. You have it very well thought in every objective that this can have, And I think the potential of networking between us is very important, not just for our professional growth, but also for the companies we work with, and that's the way in which we collaborate with society, you know. So I really I'm excited to be here. You caught me just in the middle of a trip. That's why my connection is not really well. And as you can see, I am outside. And I don't have any special idea right now to share with you, but just I wanted to mention this. I'm in some kind of transition right now, so I have spare time, and I'll be thinking about all things that has been said here, and I will get in touch very soon because I am really excited about this, and I would like to collaborate with whatever I may do. Um, I just mentioned I am Peruvian for everyone who doesn't know me, and I'm based in Peru. And last years I've been working in consultancy, and that's it, Christopher. And thank you for all the team that has made the effort uh, to put this up.
Thank you, Wilder. It's great to see you, my friends. Yeah, let's keep in touch and continue discussing offline. And yeah, you have referred to me, but actually the idea came from all of these amazing alumni that I'm part of. I'm just the spokesperson here, okay? So the honors go to them. As our dear friend here, Joy Dorian, would say, it takes a village. That is teamwork, okay? So let's go to Tiago. Tiago, well, we have many Tiagos. Tiago Horvat, my friend, go ahead.
Thank you, Chris. First of all, thank you, the team, for putting this up. I really think this is a great opportunity to connect. I was chatting offline with some of my cohorts, friends that are connected as well, and we were speaking that this is a great opportunity for us to connect or formally connect. I would say two things that I think I really see value on, or more value on this. I think we all have, or most of our problems are the same in some sort of way. Maybe in some regional extent, some different times. But I really enjoyed what you said, that maybe we can share some problems and share some solutions, and maybe even can use future GC loggers to use our cases. I think this is a win-win situation for the academics and also for the businesses. And I also think that we can connect in job opportunities, either for ourselves or maybe lots of us are outside our home countries, and maybe you can also offer have some jobs opportunities, and then we know that have lots of quality and lots of good people in the MIT alumni network, and maybe that's a good point to share. And I'd say that from my side, this would be the main two things I would love to see as well, that we already sort of spoke about.
Well, that's great, Tiago, and I'm happy to listen that everything that the team on the side of the Alumni Association has been already thinking about some of these ideas. Definitely, Agatha, Victor, David, and Alessandro will work on defining better like some of these next steps. And before I pass the word to Mateo Moreno, because we also have a few Mateos here, just I would like to emphasize that part of the opportunities that we want to offer to the alumni network is the opportunity to teach as well in some of our continuing education courses, in your corresponding home language, country language. So that's something that we will keep developing, and is gonna be able, like to actually transform you into teachers, into instructors, something that you can share knowledge to your community in your original language, and also the opportunity to come here and teach to the GCLOG program in the GCLOG program, because many actually of the GCLOG alumni are already teaching in the GCLOG program. So that's something that we want to continue, doing. So, but we will work on that. Thank you, Tiago. So let's go to Mateo Moreno.
Thank you, Chris. Happy to see some familiar faces here. I have a question. I think I missed it. I remember a couple of years ago, there was this idea to join as well and GCLOG with the MIT alumni. Are there any plans to join this community as well, or how are we?
Thank you,
Yeah, I mean,
Mateo. So,
good as well.
yeah, Agatha, Victor, Alessandro, David, would you like to take that one?
Sure. Mateo, is a great question. So the good news is right now we are able to create our Infinity account, the MIT alumni account, which is great. Now it's officially that GCLOG alumni are officially MIT alumni. So that is great for us. Has been a long work, but finally we have received this reward. But the idea of having this association is that we are now part of the general association of the alumni. Now, the main idea is we create this small association that is going to be like receiving some things in the future from the general MIT Alumni Association. So, step by step, we need to go there little by little. But yeah, it's that's why we are creating this and asking for your support, your help, your ideas, your hands, your work, your free work at the very beginning. Later on, we will see.
Thank you, Dave. And yes, Mateo. So I think that Dave addressed this quite well. But let me add just one point. We want to give a specific personality to the GCLOG Alumni Association. So that's the main essence of everything that we are doing here. So, and that's exactly what Dave emphasized. So what we can do after, yeah, it will depend a lot on what we are able to do all together, right? But we need to collaborate with each other in order to make proper noise, and create traction in order to make things happen. But yeah, that's a great idea. We are taking notes of that. Okay. Thank you. So let's go
Perfect,
with
you.
Hector Salcedo. Great to see you, my friend.
Hey guys, how are you? My name is Hector Salcedo. I'm from the 2015 class. I'm originally from Mexico, currently living in Vancouver. I just have a quick suggestion. I do have a WhatsApp group with my class of 2015, and sometimes it works even better than ChatGPT. Whenever there is a question regarding, there's a bunch of experts, and I've heard that there's more than 500 alumni from GCLOG. So my suggestion would be to have, if possible, a general WhatsApp group in which we can post questions regarding the supply chain, maybe post jobs, maybe ask for sourcing of some materials. And I would say that there's several people from around the world, and that you mentioned that it's being wider with different countries. So my suggestion would be that to have like a general. I know that you guys publish jobs through email, but sometimes it's not as immediate as you would like. And in today's rush, the world is always looking for an immediate answer. So my suggestion would be that, if possible, to have like a general WhatsApp group, of course, with the rules that you guys may determine. But I think that would be a great tool for all of us.
That's a fantastic idea, Hector. Thank you very much. So what do you think, Agatha, Tim?
Yeah, actually,
go for it again, please.
sorry if you want. Okay, I will start, then we continue because I think we are going for the same idea. Actually, we're exploring that because we know that the best way that we could reach you are the WhatsApp groups that we have by cohort. Some countries have already some groups, and what we are trying to work out that we're still exploring because we are not experts on that, is the WhatsApp communities. So what we want is to be able to add all the groups to a community in the WhatsApp, so we can join different communities and can share information in a main channel, and then in the specific channels per country, per cohort, etc. So we are working with that because we are still learning, but the idea is that we can connect and actually take advantage of the groups that already exist and add those to that community. So that's the first approach. We're gonna notify you soon as we have further notice, further advances on that. Victor, sorry, so you can.
No, don't worry
Actually,
about
David
it.
is already showing something there, right? It looks like he already created the group. But anyway, so go ahead and thank you, Agatha. Victor.
The other way that we
So
want to
very
handle
quickly,
this
just
is to create. Sorry. Okay,
ahead.
so the kind of another idea that we have besides the WhatsApp group is to create a website that we can find a better way to structure this kind of questions and solutions. Some questions are deeper and need to have like a more deeply thought and discussion. So we wanted to create also like a place for debate in that sense to bring up ideas and to be able as a community to handle them. Also, we would like to make special sections for that to say people who have more knowledge in certain methodologies could address certain problems in a better way than others. So we want to be able to segmentate this kind of knowledge in different expertises. So yeah, that's the approach. So the WhatsApp group will help for like a quick and easy answer, and then we would like to have this website to be able to work as a community in working in different problems. That's it.
Thank you, Victor. David, you wanted to say something? David Hidalgo.
Yeah, just very quickly. The only thing is, as Zagata was mentioning, and we have already created one of these communities, but it's tricky to import all of the groups into this huge community. So we are again step by step. We're moving forward. Also, that's a very good answer. Good question. Sorry, but also we have the opportunity to post ideas through the LinkedIn group. In the meantime, the we can post things in there. Most of the things are now centralized through Chris, who's the one who's receiving the different offers. But we'll try to take a little bit of this hardware from his hands because he's busy in two different fronts. So the idea is that we can move, as Big was mentioning,
Yep.
into a more direct interaction area. So yes, again, we need hands for.
Yep. Yep. Thank you, Dave. So, and these are great contributions and great questions. Hector, thank you. Hector Salcedo, thanks for bringing those perspectives. So, probably the only thing that I want to add there before I pass the word to Carlos Bernal is whatever means we use, just make sure to keep them active. At the end, we can open many different channels, but the most important part is we need to be active. We also have a GCLOG, alumni group in LinkedIn that has been a little bit dead. So we would love to see more interaction, and we are already creating some ideas in order to bring it back to life. Okay. But anyway, so we will keep you posted about what is next. For the sake of time, let's go to Carlos. Carlos Bernal, go ahead, my friend.
Thank you, Chris. I'm going to be brief. Thank you for this amazing opportunity. I think it's a great space for us to connect. Regarding the question you just made about how can we contribute, I think continuing education is a really great opportunity. I've been myself teaching some continuing education programs in Ecuador, Honduras, and Colombia, and I see there's a really big gap between what the professionals aspire to learn and what the actual business education segment could actually offer. And that's where we have a really good opportunity. Besides teaching and helping people within our regions, I think we can actually contribute in changing how the career growth and opportunities for the people will actually look like in the future. So that's my 2 cents I can give to the whole community. And thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, Carlos. This is music to our ears because that's exactly what we are cooking behind the scenes. And we want not only to make sure that all the GCLOG alumni form or are part of this idea, but also we want to merge it with all the MIT Scale Latin American Network and the MIT Global Network, because that way we will have like the academics and the academicians, and on the other side, we will have, like the practitioners with impact and with international experience who are able to bring these toolkits to the hands of the ones who can make decisions every day. And it's you guys. So yeah, we're speaking about the same language here. So let's move on. Thank you for those contributions. Patricio, Pato, great to see you, my friend. Oh, we cannot hear you. Or is it me? No, we cannot hear you, my friend. You?
Yeah, no, we can hear him.
I think it's your AirPods. No, we cannot hear you. Try now, Pato? No? Try to speak? No, he cannot listen to us. So, well, he
I
solves
think,
his.
can you hear me now?
Oh, okay. Yes, now we can
Yeah,
hear
it's
you.
working
Here we
out.
go. Yep.
Technology is always a mess here. Okay, so Chris and David and everyone, it's a pleasure to see you again, some familiar faces. First, congratulations for the initiative. I think this alumni initiative is going to have a big impact among the region, all the networking we can make. What I wanted to suggest or maybe know is regarding this link between academy and industry. Is there a formal process or a formal list of requirement to post a project? Because it would be nice to know, like, what would be the scope for a project to have the support from the GCLOG students. It must be how much in terms of spend, scope, time, because I think the best way to make the impact on the region is to show that actual projects have given results to the industry and that has these quick returns or that kind of impact. I think this will maximize the effectiveness of the program among the region. And to brag up a little.
No, that's fine. It's a great contribution as the previous ones. So, Patricio, this is a very important question. So I can, like share with all of you what are like the idea, the scope, and the commitments that we can do. We typically have the one pager that you all remember when you were choosing your corresponding capstone projects. We have that template, and we can share that with you. But in order to define the scope, actually, we need to collaborate together with the company in order to define carefully what we can do and what we cannot do. But one of the interesting parts is that maybe through the Alumni Association, we're able to connect with a few of you so that you can serve as ambassadors connecting to these corporates. If you remember, one of the specific, like positions is the corporate relationships coordinator or chair, right? So we would love to have more of those. So, but we can continue speaking about that offline, and I can commit myself in order to create that template or share it with you all. Okay, the ones who are interested, please write a message to me directly at the cmejia@mit.edu, and we can follow up on that. Okay. Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's go to Daniel Hernandez, my friend from Costa Rica. Nice to see you.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, hi, nice to see everyone. I'm Daniel Hernandez from Costa Rica. I'm there from the cohort from 2025. It's just over a year. My question was regarding more of like, is there going to be an option for the alumni to do like a promotion of the program, like the recruitment part, or is there's going to be a limit between the MIT program and alumni association, or they can maybe work hand in hand? Because we have 480 people here, right? So that's good
Yeah.
reach.
Yeah,
So, Victor, would you like to take that one? Go for it.
Yeah, exactly. So one of the main changes that we did to the program itself, alongside with Chris and the rest of the team, is to change the scope of who can be participate or who can be considered as like alumni. Say sorry, to as a student. So right now there is no need to have that connection directly to a program, a academic program. So we are also focusing a little bit more on the practitioners itself. So I will say it's a great way also to make everybody that is an alumni to consider which could be or who could be a future student. So for us, it will be super useful, especially in certain countries that we don't have that many students per year, to for you to kind of make this promotion. That could be amazing for us because it will help to bring students for communities that don't usually bring a lot of them. For example, I'm from Chile, and we usually have 1 to 0 students per generation. So in my case, I'm doing a lot as an ambassador in the GCLOG kind of outreach in general for the program itself. And if you can help us with that, that will be amazing for us, especially in these countries that don't bring that many students per year. So yeah, in a short term, please do and let us know, kind of.
And thank you for your question, Daniel. And of course, I think that one of the corresponding outcomes of this is like maybe many of you can be, like hiring many of the corresponding students that are about to graduate, like even sponsor their capstone projects, as we mentioned before. So it's a network from GCLOGers to GCLOGers, and that's exactly the spirit of what we are trying to create with the association. Okay, thanks for the great questions. Milagros, Milly, go
And
ahead.
one
Oh,
last thing
go ahead,
to add.
Go, Dave.
Dave.
Nice. Yeah. As I was saying, one more important thing here to add is that because you're a GC logger, you would know who is a good profile, a suitable profile, and then after we receive your recommendation, it will be like it's not per se accepted, but you would recommend people, good quality people that will know won't have a huge setback when they are attending the program. So that's also a good thing that if you can recommend people.
Yeah, and thank you for bringing that up, Dave. And guys, if you know someone, it would be great, like to actually help that person to bring his, let's say, level of knowledge to the next, frontier. And if you can introduce us to people like that actually shares your vision, your goals, etc., that person is gonna be part of this family in the future. And that's why it's so important to, like keep it this way. And this is a great point, Dave. Thanks for bringing it up. Okay, so Milly, please go ahead, Milagros.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see you. Hi, Agatha and David, and my coach is there. Ariel, Machita. There are so many familiar faces here and names. So I'm so glad the 2019 class is on board, pretty much full. Okay, so I'm in Peru, so I share my LinkedIn contact there in the message. So here is a special small idea in the structure. Maybe you can include like a country chapter, like for a start working and developing some solutions for the specific country the GCLOG are born as a professionals who are looking and willing for improve their lives in specific countries, and then together and collectively the Latin America. So probably it will be like including like a chapter Brazil, chapter Argentina, so we can still organizing more deeply the idea. And thank you so much. Congratulations. I'm full on board. Count on me. And anything you need. Miss you guys a lot.
Yeah, we're also missing you, Millie. So let me address that quickly. Yeah, that's a great idea. To be honest, part of what Hector Salcedo mentioned beforehand, using WhatsApp, I already have most of the GC loggers. Like I'm not part of the got WhatsApp groups of the classes before 2018. So Hector, you can add me to well, if it's possible. Otherwise, you can create the traditional extra group with the director and any others. That would be great because I already have most of the classes between 2017 and 2018 until 2026 in WhatsApp, and I'm configuring corresponding WhatsApp groups per country. So it would be great, like to add many of the ones that I don't have into these corresponding countries, and that would be like the way to move on also with your idea, Millie, because these country chapters can start feeding, like the different initiatives that we have. And also we can, every time that we visit, the countries, is a tradition that we go out for a dinner, right? So that would be easier for us to actually organize everything up. But that's coming, okay? I saw, by the way, Mariela, I don't know, you still have your question, or it was already answered?
Hi, everyone. It was not a question. It was a suggestion, maybe. Of course, I would like to collaborate, so I will write an email then. But
All right,
my
Mari.
suggestion was because from my perspective, as it would be great to keep it simple, So everything that we think, it sounds great, but if it's complicated, then with the everyday life and our jobs and everything, it keeps like failing because we don't have the time maybe or whatever. So my suggestion is to keep it simple so everyone can engage and send messages and collaborate, but in our daily basis, it would be great.
Yeah. No, first of all, great to see you, Mari. That's great to reconnect with you. Second, I agree on what you said. And to be honest, that's the reason why we took a couple of steps back in order to, like not start with this very complex organizational structure, but just with four very talented GCLOGers who are committed to do it. But yes, we're gonna take your opinion and actually, like start massaging how we can take all of your feedback, guys, because it's super, super useful and valuable. And we will see how to structure your feedback into the ideas that we have in such a way that we keep this simple approach, but powerful one. Okay. It's not simplistic, it's minimalistic. We want to make sure that we increase the impact with the time that we have, because at the end, this is a volunteering. Okay, you have your corresponding jobs, and I don't want this to be another job on your back or on your shoulders, right? So we want to make sure that we create impact. So, but great points. And yes, everyone, and also you, Mari, contact us in case that you want to be part of this community. So let's bring it at home, as the Americans say, and let's wrap it up. So, Victor, Agatha, Alessandro, and David, any final remarks that you would like to make before we close the session?
From my side, thank you, everyone. It's very nice to see old friends, see people that actually I just interacted online and never saw your faces, people that that we met at some point, but it's very nice to see everybody here. I really believe after this session, I really believe that we are gonna have a lot of engagement, and of course we need to start working, or we're just starting to build this community. So I'm very happy to see you here. Hopefully, you're going to continue engaging with our next steps. We're going to try to make everything very attractive, but very useful for us, because I think that's the idea. And well, hopefully, we're going to see you in the next steps, and we're going to be able to meet, have like this large meeting with all the alumni somewhere in the world. So thank you again, and well, let's see what comes. And I pass the word to my fellows.
Victor?
So from my side, thank you everybody to show kind of this commitment. And I'm really happy to see all the faces that I've been seeing since I graduated and I start participated in the program. I'm also part as the GCLOG as an ambassador. So whatever you wanted to do in general, into bringing more people into the program, I'm really hyped out, and also to connect with companies. So whatever you guys are doing down in Latin America and the rest of the world, it will be really happy for you to be part of that. And just to extend the thank you again for your respect during this process as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Victor. Alessandro?
Okay, I'd like to say it's the first time I see so many GCLOGers at the same time. So we were over 100 some minutes ago. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the engagement. So I'm really sure that after seeing all these contributions, that you are going to have a really solid alumni association. So thank you all.
Thank you, Alessandro. David?
Well, first of all, thank you so much, everyone who joined. It was beautiful seeing familiar faces, seeing a lot of faces over the years. If you thought you would escape from me, there's no escape. I'm here back again. So happy to see you. Happy to engage with you in the afterlife after the GCLOG. And yes, we are here to continue working with you. We're happy that you're going to be contributing, and more than happy to have helpful hands and supportive hands, because that's the community that we are. So thank you so much, and looking forward for your contributions and to continue working together. And whoever, as I told you, I'm mostly based in Spain, in Madrid. If anybody is coming to Madrid, let me know. We can meet. I'm flying to Boston. I'm flying then to Colombia. I'm flying to Ecuador. So I will let you know whenever I'm whatever, right?
Yep. Thank you very much, Dave. And no more key learnings, Dave, please. No, I'm just teasing you. Okay. So, Joy, bring us home and then I wrap it up.
Alrighty, folks. So we have been getting some emails from you. We will ask for any questions, suggestions, or further involvement. Send it to the GCLOG email. That will be the most helpful for, I think, Agatha and the rest of the team to have access to it. You will be getting updates from us probably in the next couple of weeks. We have the new cohort starting in 2 weeks, I believe, actually. Whoa, that went fast.
Yep.
So you will probably be receiving some interest from former colleagues, former coworkers, and then the GCLOG email. So that is just going to be gclog@mit.edu. Super easy.
Yep.
And then the final thing before we all wrap up, if everyone can just have their cameras on, Victor's going to take a picture. This is how we get publicity on LinkedIn.
Okay, Victor. So let us know when you are ready. And by the way, feel free to turn on your camera, guys. So probably Victor will need to make a couple of takes, especially because not everybody can fit in one window, right? Is that correct, Victor? Oh, you are on mute, my friend. Are you there, Victor?
If Victor left, I will start cracking up.
Oh, okay, so Joy, sorry, could you please take the
All right,
picture
I'm doing
then?
it. All
Okay,
right,
so please let us know.
We got 3 pages, so everyone just start smiling when I say cheese. All right, cheese.
Smile.
Cachaza.
All right, we'll call that as 1. All right, I'm on page 2. We'll do 1, 2, 3, cheese. And then on page 3, we will do 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Pisco.
Fidel, I see you with the thumbs up. I love that. All of you are fantastic. I don't know if we're going to be able to tag all of you on LinkedIn because there is a limit to the number of people you can add, but you will see the post coming soon.
All right. Thank you very much, Joy. Well, guys, I just want to thank you, particularly for the ones that are already enjoying the evening or night. I know that we have people connecting from Japan. Imagine that. Tiago Narvaez is from there. So thank you, everyone and each of you. Secondly, I'm really enthusiastic about this. I think that the GCLOG Alumni Association team has done a splendid job, a fantastic job, and we are really looking forward to engaging with you. Thanks for the enthusiasm. Thanks for everything. I'm really, 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 flabbergasted and super surprised in the good sense about the level of engagement that you have shown. We didn't know that too many of you were coming, and this is great. Thank you for your energy, and really, let's build together the legacy of the program. I believe that there is so much that we can do together for our countries, for our industries, for everyone, So let's go for it. And thank you again for your time. Have a nice rest of your day, okay, guys? And it was lovely to see each one and every one of you. Take care, okay? Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Together, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Great to see you, everyone.
Dave. Still playing rugby, my friend.
Hi, my
Still
friend.
playing rugby. Broke my leg. I'm recovering. So yeah, consequences of having fun.
Okay.
But, yeah.